Spelunky 2 is an incredible roguelike platformer created by Derek Yu and his talented team. They've created a game with replayability that rivals countless other roguelikes. Every run starts with 4 hearts, 4 bombs, and 4 ropes. Each run is the same. It doesn't matter which character you pick. The only thing that changes each run is the player, you. The game is difficult. You will die repeatedly, but you will learn with each death. Today, I will provide you with all the advice that I've gathered during my time with the game. There's a mixture of tips for both novice and veterans alike. Welcome to advice from a novice spelunker. If you're looking for a specific tip, there are timestamps in the bottom. Enjoy. In Spelunky 1, the default movement was walk, and running was used by pushing R2 in the PS4 controller. This is changed in the sequel. The default is now run, with walking being on R2. I highly recommend you change this because careful movement is critical to your survival. You can change it along with other options in the settings, as shown here. Be careful with your whip when using it on a ledge. If you're holding onto a ledge and attempt to use your whip, you will fling yourself off. If for some reason you want to unequip your back item, this can be done by pushing L1 and R1 on the controller, if you're using a PS4 controller. Spikes are lethal in Spelunky. You will die immediately if you fall on them. The key word here is falling on them. You can safely climb down onto spikes as shown through various clips here. You can even walk through them. Simply put, just be careful around them. In the jungle, you can find thorny vines instead of spikes. These won't kill you outright, but they will damage you when you walk across them, so be careful. Bombs have many uses in Spelunky, from utility, defensive, and offensive uses. Keep an eye out for bomb bags. It's possible to toss a bomb safely if you time it right. Just be careful. You can actually light an explosion on one side of the map and it will reflect on the opposite side as well. You can use this to your advantage. Be careful with explosions around shopkeepers. If the shop is damaged, they will be angered. Bomb bags and bomb boxes are also explosive, so be careful around them. Bomb boxes actually have some durability to them. They can take a couple hits before they blow up. Bombs can be upgraded into sticky bombs with the paste item. You can get them from shops, you can find them in crates, you can also get them from giant spiders. They will stick to any surface or enemies, so they're pretty useful. Another change from Spelunky 1 are the giant spiders, which are now found in the jungle instead of finding them in the mines. Keep an eye out for crates. They're typically worth going after considering they can contain bombs, ropes, items, you name it, and even include a shotgun. Typically you have to use a rope or a bomb to get to the crate, so keep that in mind. Chests are pretty good for finding more money, like gems and gold, but they can also be rigged, so be careful. Another change from Spelunky 1 is the fact that critters no longer trigger traps. You can't pick them up and drop them over an arrow trap to trigger it, so don't bother, you're better off picking up a rock. Critters can't also leave the level, so you're better off just leaving the little guys behind. A new pot can be found in Spelunky 2 known as the Curse Pot. If you break it, it will contain a diamond. You can also smash it on an enemy to curse them. Beware, however. If you break the pot, it will immediately summon the ghost. Normally the ghost only shows up on a level if you stay longer than 3 minutes. The ghost will instantly kill you if it passes over you, so be quick. If a ghost travels over gems, they will be converted into diamonds. In Spelunky 1, this was referred to as a ghost run, which would allow you to make some money. This is more difficult in Spelunky 2 considering the speed of the ghost, and also the fact the ghost has some new tricks. You can still use the camera to stun the ghost, which you can use to your advantage if you're trying to do the ghost run. Just be careful because the ghost will continue to split the longer you stay on the level. Cavemen have received some interesting changes in Spelunky 2. They will charge at you madly, and they will trip over objects in the process. I've seen cavemen pick up all sorts of items from gems, gold, items, and even pets. I've even witnessed 2 cavemen communicating with one another. I didn't really want to disturb them because I thought it was kind of funny. Be careful what you drop around a caveman, however. You wouldn't want them to pick up one of your weapons. Oh, and cavemen can ride mounts too.
What?
Horned lizards are actually one of the new enemies added to Spelunky 2. If you stun them, you can actually use them as a bowling ball, as shown here. Moles are a new enemy to Spelunky 2, and they're incredibly annoying. They barrel their way through the dirt, and they tend to attack when you least expect it, so be careful if you're in a tunnel, or you're in a shop. Be careful firing at enemies that can ricochet your bullets, by the way.
What?
You can find various NPCs on your adventure into the mines. The Shopkeeper is one of them where you can buy items, or you could just steal from them to get all of the items. Keep in mind though, this will anger all Shopkeeper NPCs for your entire run. You can actually grab the items in the shop, move them around, and even use them against them. One of the shopkeepers will actually be waiting for you at the end of the level if they're angered. Shopkeepers are incredibly dangerous since they have a shotgun, which you can then steal from them if you manage to kill them. Some shopkeepers might even have a locked door attached to their shop. You can get this key from them by simply killing them, or I'm willing to bet there's another means of getting this that doesn't involve murder. Usually you'll find a crate and some items in there. Shopkeepers are actually more deadly in Spelunky 2. They can climb ladders, they can climb your ropes, and I've even seen them reverse grab me when I pick them up. Something worth mentioning is the fact that if you anger the shopkeeper, that doesn't mean you anger the other NPCs that you find in your run. One of those new NPCs is actually Yang, the son of Yang from Spelunky 1. He's a turkey herder who wants you to collect 2 turkeys that you can find throughout the level. Taming turkeys is pretty simple. All you have to do is ride on top of them and just wait for the hearts to go away and then just lead it back to Yang. If you deliver both of them, he will reward you with some money and also give you a key to get access to his locked door. It's an easy task to complete for an easy reward. On the other hand, you could just steal the key from him. This will anger him for the entire run, however. Yang will also be angry if he sees a dead turkey or you steal a turkey from him after you deliver it. His aggro range might be based off his area. It's a bit inconsistent from what I've gathered, so this might need a bit more testing. A new addition to Spelunky 2 are mounts. Once tamed, they can be incredibly useful to your survival. The turkey in particular can do a double jump. It's possible to get an extra jump if you dismount shortly after the second jump. The turkey can also glide, which functions similar to the cape. I'm unsure if you're able to glide down onto spikes, however, so that could use some testing. Mounts have an attack ability, and for the turkey, it has a headbutt attack. You can also use items when you're riding on the mount, such as the shotgun. This will overwrite the mount's attack ability, however. If you are hit while riding on a mount, the mount will take the damage instead of you. If your turkey dies, you can actually cook it for dinner, which will heal you for 1 heart. All you need to do is use any bomb or flame source, such as a torch, to do so. I am unsure if other mounts can be cooked, but I assume so. Another mount is the Axolotl, which can breathe bubbles and can also teleport, though you should be careful with the teleport feature. What? Another mount you can find is this Rockdog, but I'll let Joe Famo show it off.
And he breathes fire. Rawr. Fuck yeah. Where's the exit? Can he ride the lava? Do you think the fire-breathing dog can bathe in lava? No. Nope. He can. F for the dog.
Keep an eye out when you're exploring the mines for Kali altars. If you provide enough sacrifices, she'll reward you with various items. All you need to do is take a stunned enemy and place it on the altar. You can also use NPCs, and also pets. Provide enough sacrifices and she'll reward you with the Kapala skull, which will heal you with the more blood that you collect from enemies. Kalia would not be pleased if her shrine is destroyed. If you destroy it, or something in the level destroys it, a bunch of enemies will spawn right on top. If you actually sacrifice the golden idol, she will reward you with a golden monkey that if you hold on to it for long enough, it will just poop out money. Seems like Kali is a fan of mystery herself. If you sacrifice the mystery box, she will reward you with a strange eggplant. Perhaps you should carry it to the end of the game to see what happens. You might be tempted to grab the golden idol when you see it, but be careful, as a trap will be triggered. Each stage has their own variations of it, and in this stage, a giant pillar will come crashing down on you. If you bring the idol to a shopkeeper or to the end of the stage, you are rewarded with money. Be careful with pots, as you can find enemies inside of them. One of those enemies is the cobra. The cobra will poison you, and poison is no joke. The poison will deal 1 heart of damage periodically over time, and it won't go away until you rescue a damsel and bring it to the end of the level. Be cautious around the voodoo guys in the jungle, as they can curse you, which will immediately drop your health to 1 HP.
Just stay there. Hopefully the curse lifts. Curse did not lift. The curse did not lift.
When you reach 1-4, you have to face off against Quillback, who is the first boss of Spelunky. He is dangerous, so be careful. He has a roll attack that will instantly kill you, and it functions just like the boulder in Spelunky 1, as it will destroy any obstacle in its path, including you. You actually don't even need to kill him. All you need to do is outmaneuver him. Lead him to one side of the map and he will reveal a path for you to progress further into the mines. Each path leads to different stages. On the left, you have the jungle. On the right, you have the volcano stage. You can actually toss a cursed pot at Quillback to curse him to make it an easier fight. He drops turkey on death, but of course I died here as well, so... By the way, don't bother using the spider gun against him, because it's not going to work. I'm curious if the freeze ray works on him though, so someone let me know about that in the comments. Unlockable characters or hired hands can be found in these coffins during your adventure. I've actually noticed that the hired hand AI has improved since Spelunky 1. The hired hands are a bit less chaotic, and they're less prone to just running into danger now. If you actually give Mama Tunnel some items, she will open up various shortcuts to different stages, which you can use to practice. Keep an eye out for secrets in Spelunky. You might find a secret door, but you have to blow it up. You might find a path, but you have to blow your way to it. This might lead to items and even strange NPCs. This is actually part of the reason why you always want to have a steady supply of bombs and ropes, because you want to be able to get to the secrets, but you also don't want to trap yourself down there. You can actually find vendors outside of the shopkeeper himself, like Tun, who's a mysterious person who seems to be a native to the moon. Be careful, because if you steal from her, you actually piss off all future Tuns that you see. During your run, you might actually come across some trapped NPCs like Parsley, the youngest of 3 sisters. If you rescue them, they will reward you later down the line. Can you save all of them? The 3 sisters aren't the only ones trapped, so keep an eye out. You might come across Ton running a moon challenge, which will allow you to receive some special items if you pay up front. It's typically worth it. To start the challenge, simply pick up the shamrock and wait for the laser to go. You need the shamrock because it increases the time before the ghost can show up on the map. You're gonna need that time to explore. The challenge is pretty simple. All you have to do is pick up the provided mattock and start digging around. You can find treasure, you can find gold, you can find gems, you can even find items. So make sure you pick your targets well because the challenge ends the moment the pickaxe is broken. Be careful how you go about digging around during the challenge because it's possible to actually trap yourself, and if you don't have rope, you're basically stuck down there and you have to end your run. But you never know what you can find down here, so give it a shot. Shotguns have changed in Spelunky 1. You now can get blasted off ropes because of the heavy recoil now. The new Powerpack item actually improves various elements of your character, including a larger bomb, flame whip, improved weapon handling, and it allows you to fire shotguns faster and fire while climbing on the rope. I'm impressed with how fast you can fire with the shotgun if you have a Powerpack. It makes it really worth grabbing. I did some testing with the freeze ray and I noticed a significant improvement in the recoil as well. I was unable to test all weapon types with the Powerpack, but I did test the machete and the spider gun to see what the effect would be. I didn't notice any changes with the machete though. I was sort of hoping for a flame sword. The spider gun didn't get much of a change either. Let me know in the comments if you tried anything else. There's a new crossbow weapon in Spelunky too. It comes with the new arrow type as well. It has a metal arrowhead with blue feather. It has more durability compared to the red feather ones that you can find in arrow traps. Metal arrows can actually stick to walls, which you can use as a platform temporarily, so give this a shot. The jetpack can provide you with limited vertical flight for about 6 seconds. You could probably use it to prevent fall damage if you timed it right. I didn't time it right here. The Hoverpack is a new back item in Spelunky 2. It provides you with indefinite horizontal flight. Like the jetpack, you can use it to prevent fall damage. You can still attack while hovering as well. I can see this item having great synergy with other items like the spring shoes. It's worth knowing that the Hoverpack, the jetpack, and the Powerpack are all explosive, so be careful. The cape is a great item to prevent taking fall damage as you can safely descend down. You can even safely descend down onto spikes. Just remember that the cape is now toggle to use. While the metal shield is a great defensive item, you can also use it offensively as well. You can crush enemies with it. The skeleton key is a new item in Spelunky 2. It has infinite uses as it never breaks, unlocks any door, and it doesn't need to be held. You can purchase one at the store, or there's a low chance you can find one inside of a bone pile. Darkness levels are incredibly dangerous for a run in Spelunky. There's just a chance you might get it. The spectacles can actually help you by providing you with increased vision in the darkness as well as revealing treasure buried underneath. And lastly, keep an eye out for a golden key in stage 1. You need to carry this key to a special golden chest. This will provide you with the Eye of Udjat, which will aid you in your run. It will unlock secrets deeper in the mine while also revealing treasures along the way. One of these secrets can be found in the jungle and volcano stage. The eye will start blinking, so you know you're close. And that's all the lessons I've learned from my time playing Spelunky 2. Despite all the things I've learned, I feel like I've barely scratched the surface with this game. There's so much to explore and experiment with. If you have any questions or I got something wrong, leave a comment down below. I'd like to thank Joe Fama for allowing me to use clips from his stream. Go check him out. I learned a lot just from watching him. If you want to support me, then like and share this video with other Spelunkers. If you want to improve alongside me, then consider following me on Twitch. Links will be provided in the drop down below. Massive thank you to Derek Yu and his talented team for crafting this game. Until next time, stay safe out there.